We all know the if formula in Excel, but imagine using it to determine the final grade based on this table. That would have so many conditions that I don't even want to look. You will have so many parentheses that you will drown. Now, fortunately for us, we have a better formula, which is called Ifs. I'm gonna show you how it works. We will combine it with emojis, and at the end of this video, I have a small trick for you, so let's go. So I got the grades of some of my students in Excel, and it seems that some of them were naughty, they did not study. Maybe they should subscribe to the channel and like the video. Anyways, we want to transform this grade into this letter. So we're gonna start with the nested if, which is an if within an if within an if. I have a headache. Let's try to do it together and see how difficult it is. Equal if, this is the grade, bigger than 90, then you have to use F4. If you're not sure about the dollar sign, it is not money. I have a video about it. It's about absolute versus relative referencing. So when I drag the formula, it needs to hold and work perfectly. Comma, value if true, that's my A, F4, comma, value if false, another if, open parenthesis. So we start again, the grade bigger than 80, F4, comma, then you have B, F4, comma, another if, and so on. I'm just gonna write the rest of the formula quickly so you don't get bored. Now for the last one, you don't need to put another if, because if all those conditions are false, it means the number is between 0 and 49. So just select F and do F4, and now we have to start closing parentheses. It's gonna be tough. But luckily I have a trick for you. So if you see the first parenthesis is always in black, so you have to close parentheses until you get a black color. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm closing, there we go, I got the black color, bingo, press enter, this is a B, because 89 is between 80 and 89. So let's double click, and you get the grades, perfect. Now let's move to Ifs. It will make the thing way easier. So equal Ifs, open parenthesis. The way it works is that you have logical tests. So you have logical test 1, if it's true you return something, then if it's not, logical test 2, if it's true something, and so on. So let's try it out, you'll understand very easily. So this is 89, bigger than 90, let's use F4, comma, if it's true I want A, so that's the cell, F4, comma. Here, no new if, you just continue, another logical test. For example, 89 bigger than 80, F4, comma, and then you select B, comma, another logical test. So again, I'm gonna write this quickly so you don't get bored and start yawning. Now for the last one, here we have a small problem. You don't have value if false, so you cannot select the F like this. You need to put another condition. We're gonna write a condition, but I'm gonna show you also a trick to get rid of this problem. So the condition, you know it. It's 89 bigger than 0, F4, comma, and then F. F4 and only one parenthesis. It becomes way easier to understand. You can see how it is, right? Now press enter, bingo, you get the right result, double click, same results. Now let's come back to the last condition. I can remove it and have true instead. So if you look at this formula, it's going through the first condition, which is bigger than 90. If it's false, it looks at the second one, third one, etc. Which means by the time I reach here, I know that the number is below 50. So why put a condition so Excel evaluates it, and then it's true, and then you get the result? Just put true, and true will represent all the other cases. If you have all the other cases, then you get case 7. And be careful, because if I go here, and you have a formula without this piece, so you have only your conditions, you will get an NA error because this was an F and there is no more condition to test. So let's do Ctrl Z, and now let me show you a trick that is way easier. So Ifs is very good because it can remove all those nested ifs, especially if you have various conditions and things that are complicated. Now, if you have a case like this one, what can we do? Well, first of all, we can take those numbers and put them in a table, but from smallest to largest, and this is key. If you don't do it like this, it's not gonna work. This is the grade, perfect. So we go here, equal VLOOKUP, open parenthesis. My lookup value is this, comma, this is my table, perfect. F4, comma, I need the second column, and here, usually what do? You use false, right? So exact match, you get an error because I don't have 89 in my table. But if you use true instead, approximate match, you get B, it's working. And look at the formula, how small it is. What's happening here? It's going, searching for 89, it's not there. So it will look for the biggest number that is below 89. In our case, the biggest number below 89 is 80, and it will return B. The only condition is you need to put them in ascending order. Now double click, you get your results. Let's go for some fun now, and we're gonna look for some emojis. Let's use the if-s formula. So if-s, I'm just gonna do a couple of logical tests so you can see. For example, if this is bigger than 90, we need an emoji, comma, how do you get an emoji? One of the ways that is very quick is to use window dot. So you get this, you can click, and you can look for what you like. For example, I like this one, so I get it automatically in my formula. Don't forget the double quotations around, comma, if not, then we can have another condition, bigger than 80, F4, and let's use F4 here, good practice, comma, what is my emoji? I want another one, so Windows dot, and here we're gonna use this one. Let's put the double quotations. I'm just gonna close this so you can see what happens. This is the emoji, it looks cool. Now if you drag it, you'll get a lot of NAs because I didn't take care of all the other cases. So I can just come here and put true, comma, nothing. And for example, now we drag, we are okay. Another way to get emojis is just to use a VLOOKUP. Very simple, equal VLOOKUP, open parenthesis, you get the B from here, comma, this is the table, so it's columns K and L, F4, comma, second column, and then false for exact match. You double click and you get the emojis. You can also do conditional formatting, so that's really cool. For example, if I want to color this emoji in green, so I'm just gonna take it, Ctrl C escape, and I'm gonna select those emojis. Under home you have conditional formatting. You can add a new rule. For example, format only cells that contain, and here you can have cell value is equal to, let's put this, and you can format it. This is my font. I'm gonna choose green, press OK, and this becomes green. Now you can repeat the step and do a formatting for all the other ones. So no matter what emoji you're gonna get some colors, and it will make your dashboard more lively.